Hi everybody, it's story time. More like testimony time, Sha. So, disclaimer, Abi, what they call it? Let's call it okay, warning. Okay, let's call it disclaimer. No part of this video should be hot by bloggers or vloggers and misinterpreted. I beg you. So, why am I filming? Today is this video might come out much later, but I'm filming this on the 23rd of February 2026. And I'm home alone in my very big apartment, small apartment, but it's big. It's my duplex. Call it my duplex. And I'm very, very excited and I'm grateful to God. This is my undergraduate series vlog or story time. I'll call it my undergraduate story time. It's going to be in series. This will be called part 1. God is a faithful God. He's a miracle working God, and I've seen miracles happen raw. I've seen God come through for me, move mountains for me, do what no man can do literally for me, what my parents cannot do, what my family cannot do. So let's jump right in. Is that not how they normally say it? Okay, so this is the 23rd day. This video might come much later. I'm buttoning my clothes. I'm admiring myself. So yeah, my name is Oyikena Deborah Goodness. I'm a young lady and I'm looking to go into content creation, but not full time, as the spirit leads. You know, I want to introduce myself on this first video. I'm a child of God. By the grace of God, I'm born again. I'm a redeemed baby. I'm a winner's baby, that is living faith baby. And then I hope to see Jesus someday. Yes. So it's already 3 minutes into the video without editing. I want to start from how I gained admission into the uni. I'm actually telling this story because I'll be doing my clearance finally the day after this day I'm filming. Okay, so that'll be like 24th if I'm not mistaken. So it was a long journey, a really long journey. It was a long journey, and to the glory of God, I remember everything that happens. Not because I want to remember, but because I want to be grateful to God. Because I want to be grateful. Now, we're going to rewind to my parents. Sometimes parents want to help, but they don't have the means. I'm from a very, very humble beginning, humble background. When they say person is from humble background, that is where I am from. My mom, at the time I was done with secondary school, my mom was a private school teacher that newly started. I think by the time I was done with secondary school, my mom was a private school teacher. She had not started her own school. Currently, she owns her own school, her own private school. So my dad was a full-time pastor, not in any popular church or the Redeemed Christian Church of God, or I'll tell you how we found ourselves in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. He was not a full-timer in any church. It was his own church. He was like general overseer. So as God will have it, there was the story, because it's going to be in series and in parts, I like to lay a proper foundation. So as far back as I can remember, it was just myself, my elder brother, and my immediate younger brother. We were 3 at the time. So we were living at a particular area. I don't want to mention the name. Okay. And so we had attended a particular school. I don't want to mention names of any places or anything, but I'll just make references to them. I remember that I want each episode not to be more than 20 minutes or so. It should not be too long. I open my stomach there. I remember that we lived in a self-contained apartment and was just living. My mom was going to school with my immediate younger brother. I and my elder brother was going to a different school. My dad was still a full-timer in his own church. All of us were going to his church. And so, as I could remember, my mom started a program, an NCE program. She was doing a part-time program. My mom is a very determined woman, and it's quite unfortunate that she did not marry the love of her life. I'm sorry, Dad, but I have to say this: you did not love Mom. So you did not really love her the way she wanted to be loved, because I don't even know what happened to you guys' marriage. I'm sorry, I'm bringing this out here to put context in my story. And so I remember that at the time, it's as if my dad was having an extramarital affair, and my mom was busy with her studies at the time. And I remember vividly that while my mom gained admission, let me just say gain admission, because he has to gain admission for his start schooling, my dad had told her that don't involve me in this your what is it called, your school journey. Don't involve me, because I don't want to be involved in your school journey. Say no, can't be joined. I've been no use me take plan, something of that sort. But then my mom is she's a very humble person. She would beg friends, relatives for funds, and as God will have it, she was able to pay her school fees. And at the time, we were owing rent. At the accommodation, at the apartment we were staying, we were owing rent. My parents worried at night a lot. God, it affected me up until now. If I'm sleeping and 2 people are talking, I will not be able to sleep, because it worked on my psychology or my sleep routine. They will talk and they will just talk and they will just argue from evening, maybe like 10 or 11 till morning. Once I started them talk like that, I would just be at alert in case my dad wants to raise his hand on my mom or to beat her or something. But they'll just talk, argue, my dad will say, as for you never did the ass, you never rest. But your Christmas that time was horrible. We only got chicken from maybe members or friends. That's from my father's church at the time, and everything was just not just going well as far as I could remember vividly. So it got to a point we saw my mom buying clothing items for a baby. while she was going to school, our NCE program. So we were like, So my mom, all of us we always acted play, like when children act, we always acting play, and we'll be like, it's like there's a baby in this house, so we already saw the baby coming before the baby came. So we'll be like, mom's like, there's a baby in this house. So our chorus leader at the time, she came visiting our house, and then I always played the role of a mom having a baby in the house. I created this baby bed where we put a white lace, and she was like, is there a baby there? I said, don't mind these children, we always act as if they have a baby brother or sister in the house. So yeah, my mom bought, we saw some baby items, some second baby items, and we asked my mom, she said she was buying it for one of our church members. We were like, are you serious? And she was just, as young as we were, we said, why do you not just give the person like that? Why are you washing them? And then she said, okay, fine, I'm born baby. We were so excited. So I and my mom were always being teammates until everything grew haywire. So she got a jotter. We wrote list of baby items. As she buys them, we tick them good. When she buys them, we had a long corridor at the time. We had a rope, we had a line. For those that are not Nigerians, we had a line, and then what we call rope. My mom would spread the clothes there. She was buying and buying and buying so that the baby will have enough clothes to wear for changing. That phase passed. Meanwhile, like I said earlier, we're owing rent, and we're owing us rent. And then we had our landlady who had children in the front flat of the compound. We were like at the back, not like at the back, we're like the last tenants, like the flats, which is a self-contained at the back, at the last the third flat. So it was just 3 that time. So the children got angry that my dad could not afford to pay the rent and they needed money. That was the well was close to our house. That was how they padlocked the gate. My mom was in, I was in, my siblings were in. My dad was not around because he would just go somewhere and spend his whole time. Come back in the night where we must have slept or almost sleeping. Only God knows where he was going that time. My mom knew, but I don't want to say too much, even if I'm already saying a lot. The eldest son of our landlady, he almost literally emptied the well on our house. He was fetching the water and throwing it. And I was throwing the water inside the house like it was watering a farm. Our shares got wet. My siblings got soaked. I myself, I got soaked a bit. We're crying and so on and so forth. And my dad came. He was angry. I didn't really see the need for the anger, but it was just